Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Friday edition of Wealth Coffee Chat. Why don't mortgage brokers play hide and seek? They can't stay hidden. They always disclose. I hope that everybody's had a wonderful week. Some news this week. Inflation is actually, the underlying inflation rate has come down to 2%. Fingers crossed, we're going to get this rate cut in August and we're all going to be able to borrow more money and actually have more money in our pocket. Some other news this week was that CBA have removed LMI for a few of their professionals. Now, they've always had the policy in place. However, there's been some tweaks, which has obviously helped more people, more customers be able to access these LMI waivers. First group of people, first group of professionals are pharmacists with a minimum income of 150K. That minimum income has actually reduced to 100,000. That enables more pharmacists to be able to access that. For medical professionals, interns or doctors in supervised practice, so these are great for junior doctors, they will now have access to the LMI waiver. Banking professionals used to have to get their salary credited into a CBA account. That's no longer required. So that restriction has been removed. And in the introduction for judges and magistrates, they now qualify for the LMI waiver, and the evidence that the banks are using are either pay slips, tax returns, or appointment letter. So some great news for those professionals. If you fall into any of those categories, have a chat to us or your broker to see how you could how you could get your LMI waived with CBA, and also to check if it's also available with any other lenders. Now, my question that we often get asked is, how has my borrowing power increased in 2025? Now, for those who don't, I'll provide an explanation. So what is actually borrowing power? So borrowing power is how much a lender will let you borrow to purchase either a home or an investment property. Now, some other words that get used a lot is borrowing capacity or servicing. How is this calculated? There are three ways that this income is actually calculated. Number one is your income. Number two is your expenses. And number three are any other debts that you have that need to be continually paid alongside the new loan that you're taking out. Now, there are scenarios where it's possible to refinance these debts into your home loan. And by doing that, you will actually increase your borrowing power. Now, this is due to the repayments on those debts becoming lower because the interest rate and the term of the loan is actually longer. So it will run alongside your home loan interest rate and the home loan term. Now, the key to this one is that when you do that, you actually look at repaying those loans back at the same repayment as it was before. The lower interest rate and the longer term helps with cash flow. But the lower interest rate actually helps you pay off that loan faster. So if it was a 5-year loan, say it was a 5-year car loan, if you can continue paying that loan out that's been refinanced in your home at the same rate, that 5-year loan can potentially go down to 3 or even 2 years. So you want to get rid of those loans as quickly as possible. Now, the other thing to remember is that your borrowing power isn't fixed, and there's always ways that can help you increase borrowing power. Some of them are within your control, and some of them aren't. Now, we'll give you 4 reasons that your borrowing power could have increased this year. Now, the first reason that your borrowing power could increase is because interest rates have dropped. So 12 months ago, average interest rate was around 6.3%. Today, it's closer to 5.8%. And I actually have seen rates under 5%. I've had, I believe it was Macquarie Bank, have fixed rates, and there are a few other lenders out there that have fixed rates that start with the number 4. So definitely worth having the conversation. Now, I would probably say, let's see how the rates in August, when the rates in August are going to drop, and I'm just putting it out there because I would like that to happen. But when rates in August drop, that would probably be a good time to also assess whether a fixed rate could potentially be beneficial for you. When we talk about fixed rates, we want to make sure that the potential of rate drops between now and the end of your fixed rate isn't going to be higher than the potential variable rate drop over that same period. Now, with interest rates dropping, what that means is lower monthly repayments on those loans. So on an average, after the last 2 rate cuts, for a single person, for a single borrower, we're looking at almost $23,000 in increased borrowing, and for a couple, it can be anywhere between $40,000 to $50,000. Now, the second thing that has helped increase borrowing power are the stage 3 tax cuts. Tax cuts means more money in your pocket. Paying less tax means more after-tax income. Now, for a couple with no kids, you're looking at up to $47,000 increase in borrowing in your borrowing power. The third thing is wages are up. So there has been a 3.5% increase in national minimum wage and award wages this year in 2025. So wage increase means similar to a tax cut, but there is more money in your pocket, which means your borrowing power has actually increased. And the fourth one is HECS, or help, as I know the name's actually transitioned. But lenders are treating that debt differently. And if loans are close to being paid off, then that debt doesn't actually have to be declared as a liability. So as it won't be declared as one of the debts that are ongoing and it needs to be paid alongside the new loan that you're taking out. I've had scenarios where I've refinanced our clients' HECS debts against their home, which has enabled them to then go out and purchase an investment property. So there is some strategies there, but it's great that the lenders are now looking at those who only have a year left on their HECS debt and not having to have the requirement to actually pay that off. Now, this actually brings me to a scenario that I had yesterday when I was talking to one of my clients, and she had a question about another account and other products that gave her a high interest rate return. And when I spoke to her, I asked her, what your goal was. And the goal was to, she now has a lump sum of money that she's going to use to pay off her HECS. But there isn't a need to actually pay it off now. And she wants to use this financial year to park it in, to make the most of those funds. And her thought was, whether it's a term deposit, whether it's high interest rate account, and she was looking at that as an option. What I said to her was, when you're looking at either your term deposit or a high interest rate account, you're looking at the difference between the rate that they're offering and your home loan rate. But the other thing you actually need to factor in is that the income that you receive, because it's treated as income, the return on your term deposits and the interest you receive actually adds to your taxable income. So now you're receiving this money. The interest rate may not be as high as your home loan, and you're also paying tax on that money that you're receiving. Now, she had an offset account, so I said to her, any money that you have, whether it's bonuses, whether it's tax refunds, whether it's these funds that she's coming to be able to help her to be able to help pay off the HECS debt. If you have a home loan, you park it in the offset. You want to make sure that that money is working to reduce your home loan debt, because we're going to use the word considered a bad debt. There's actually no benefits around having that particular debt. Now, I've spoken about previously, but once your offset account has a certain amount, we can then look at other strategies like debt recycling, which means now the interest on that portion of the loan can actually be used to reduce the tax and unlock your potential to purchase another property, which will help accelerate how fast you can pay off your home. Because if you've got negatively geared property, it means that your tax rate has come down, more money in your pocket. Those tax returns, like I said, if you're getting refunds on your tax returns, take the money, pop back into your offset account and continue that cycle. And it'll accelerate how fast you actually pay off your home loan by using these other vehicles as well. Hope that's been informative. I wish you all a wonderful Friday and an amazing weekend. And I look forward to catching up with you all next week. See you guys.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-Star team here at positivementor.com.au.